Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today it's definitely going to be a different video. I'm just kind of going to be talking about mental health, specifically anxiety and depression, because those are the two things that I personally struggle with, and I think I would only kind of feel comfortable talking about something that I actually go through and can relate and can give good advice, because there's a whole bunch of mental health issues that I could cover, but I don't have them personally, so I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about them. But if you just search on YouTube, you'll find something that relates to you. Yeah, and I'll kind of talk about that as well in the video. I don't have an outline for this video, so I'm sorry if it's all over the place. I know I'm definitely going to give tips for anxiety and depression, kind of just how to try to feel better. I know that for me, it's a daily struggle, it's definitely something that you have to wake up every day and be conscious of what you have, and that it's never going to go away. It'll definitely get better and you can definitely live with it and be happy, but it's definitely a struggle. So like I said, this video is just going to be kind of what has helped me get through anxiety and depression, and I still have it, and every day is a struggle. Especially the past couple months, I've been in a bad place, but because of these tips that I'm about to share with you, I'm able to sit here and film a video and feel happy and know that I'm gonna be okay, and that I don't have to live in this deep dark place because of my anxiety and depression. I can fight. Sorry, there's a truck going by. I can fight through it and be able to live a healthy, happy, good life. And yeah, so let's just get into the video. I'm just gonna group anxiety and depression together because I feel like all of these tips could help with any mental health problem that you're going through. They're just super simple, and I think that they can make a big difference. They definitely have made a big difference in my life as well. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna do some tips on what can help you with anxiety and depression. So I have a couple anxiety tips that I want to share with you. One of them my therapist shared with me actually, and it is saying I don't know. Now you can say this in your head or you can say it out loud, but when you're thinking of something and you don't know the answer to it, but your anxiety's going and it's telling you that you have to have an answer, and you're reaching for this answer or you're reaching for this answer, or you're trying to figure out an answer that doesn't have an answer, and that's going to create so much anxiety within you. There's so many times a day that I think about things that I don't know the outcome. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen an hour from now. I can plan my life and I can say, I want to be out the door at this time, but what if something happens and I can't go? So it's there's things in life that you're just not going to have an answer to. You want to have control. You want to have the answer. You want to just have all the answers, and we don't have the answers. So what my therapist told me to try is every time I think about something that I don't know the answer to, you just say out loud or in your head, I don't know. For me, it helps me to say it out loud because I'm just starting this technique. So it helps me to say things out loud and talk to myself. So yeah, when you don't have an answer to something, just try saying I don't know. I think that's definitely helped me a lot by just saying I don't know. It puts me at ease and it keeps me from thinking about things that I don't have an answer to, which creates a lot of anxiety in me, and I'm sure it creates a lot of anxiety in a lot of people. Alright, so like I mentioned, the next tip is CBT and getting a self-help book. My therapist she told me to get a CBT book, and she said, go to Barnes & Noble or books, whatever bookstore you have, and find a book that you would like to read and that you think would help you. And so I picked up Mind Over Mood. So it says, change how you feel by changing the way you think. And basically CBT is going to teach you how to not let your thoughts dictate your feelings, your emotion, your everyday life. Because thoughts, they come and go. Thoughts come and go all the time. Bad thoughts, good thoughts. You know, you're always thinking. But it's how we approach those thoughts, and we don't want to attach too much feeling to those thoughts. Yes, I could have a bad day, but I also could have a good day. So if I wake up and say, I think I'm gonna have a good day, or I think I'm gonna have a bad day. So it's a thought still, but instead of saying all the reasons why I'm gonna have a bad day, I'm gonna counter that with, well, why are you saying you're gonna have a bad day when it could be a great day? Something amazing could happen to you today. I don't know that. When you start to look at things in a different way, I think that that also changes how your life is, but I'll get to that when I talk about the tips for depression. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about, get a self-help book. Anyone is fine. This one's an actual like workbook, so I can like actually go in and do the different things that it wants me to do, but it's basically just teaching you how to change your negative thoughts to a more positive and neutral state. That way you don't let the negative thoughts take over and increase your anxiety, increase your depression, and make you have a shitty life. We don't want that. We want to have a happy life. Okay, so the next tip for anxiety is something that I learned through the Anxiety Guy, and that is someone on YouTube, and you can just search it. This is another tip that can also be used for depression as well. But you just search in YouTube the Anxiety Guy, and he'll pop up, and he has a lot of videos. And they're just different videos on how to get through anxiety. He himself struggles with anxiety, so it's kind of cool how like YouTube can almost be a self-help thing as well. So yeah, a lot of times like I'll look up, you know, if I'm feeling a type of way, like I'll look it up on YouTube, and there's usually someone who's going through the same thing as me, and I can kind of relate. And I think that relating to someone is super, super, super important when you deal with mental health, because it is such a negative, weird thing that people don't talk about, which it's like a fucking crisis. Like, everyone has mental health issues. Like, I don't care who you are, rich, poor, the color of your skin. It's a crisis because so many people deal with it, and there's no money that goes towards it at all. You know, you have to do all the work yourself. I recommend getting a self-help book. You don't have to get a workbook. You can get like a regular book that you just read. And also the Anxiety Guy on YouTube. So this is something that I learned from watching the Anxiety Guy, and it has really helped me, and it's something that I've been implementing in my life more and more. And it's basically, he calls it like the 10-second window. It's basically 10 seconds after you are triggered by something. So that can be something that reminds you of your past, or something that brings back past trauma. And it doesn't have to be that thing. It can be something else. It basically says that during this 10 seconds, you should have opposing thoughts. So say, you know, something really reminds you of something. Well, you can counter that with something else. So instead of feeling like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, I need to react, you can think like, okay, well, you know, this happened and it's triggering me in a very negative way, but maybe this can mean something else. Or maybe, you know, you can give a different scenario to what the scenario is, and it'll give you a more neutral outlook on your problems or things that trigger you. I know that's personally like one of the problems that I struggle with is I'm a very, when I feel triggered, I react as if I'm being a little girl again, going through that trauma, and that's not healthy at all. So I've been trying to, when I am triggered, to kind of like take a step back, really process what is even going on, and think of opposing opposite thoughts that can counter that, and make it so that it's a more neutral feeling. Going into depression tips, I just wanted to say that for both of these, exercise is an amazing way to feel better mentally, whether that is if you're dealing with anxiety or depression. Exercising will improve your mental health dramatically. So I'm telling you that even if you don't want to work out, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to leave your room, you don't want to leave your house, like you don't want to leave your bed, work out and get up and do that, and you'll feel so much better. It may not take the feeling away completely, but I'm telling you, you'll feel better. Trust me. For depression, I have a few tips. Depression is a hard one because it's one of those things, I mean, I guess it's kind of like anxiety and mental health. It's really hard to explain. I feel like depression for me even more is harder to explain than anxiety, because anxiety kind of has reasons, and I think depression kind of doesn't have reasons. I mean, there's reasons why you're feeling that way, but it's not like a trigger happens and you're depressed. It's like you're just going about your day feeling great, and then all of a sudden one moment you're feeling fucking low, like you're feeling like shit. And lately I've been struggling with more anxiety, but I have struggled with depression, and it's either one is just really horrible to have. So I'm gonna go into some tips on depression, on different things that can kind of improve. I know it's hard, and I just want to say that this is just tips. I'm not like a psychologist. Like, I don't know everyone's diagnosis, and I don't know like all the reasons and all that stuff. I'm just saying tips that have helped me. The tip that I have for both anxiety and depression is go to therapy. I'm telling you right now, none of these tips matter if you don't go to therapy. Therapy, I know it's expensive, and it really sucks that a lot of insurance doesn't cover therapy, which is crazy to me because I feel like everyone needs therapy. Like literally, even if you don't have a mental like health problem, everyone needs therapy. It's just a way to get another person's opinion. They really open up your mind to so many things that you don't see because you're so lost in your mind. And it's just a way to talk to someone, you know? If you're not writing things down, it's really good to talk to someone. And I've been going to my therapist for years now, and I always tell all my friends, I tell everyone, I'm like, therapy changed my life. I don't know what else to say about that, but it really did. So that's another tip that I have for you, is to go to therapy if you have the opportunity and you're able to, and you can afford it. It's so worth it, and it's life-changing. My next tip for depression, or helping depression, is not being alone for too long, like too often. So I know that for me, when I feel depressed, I want to be alone. I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want to do anything. Like, I literally like would rather be alone, because I'm so sad that like I don't even have the energy to be with people, if that makes sense. Like, depression to me is so much more debilitating when you have it. For me, at least, I like, you know, I don't want to leave my bed. Like, I don't want to move. I don't have motivation to do anything. All of my thoughts are negative. Like, literally, like, can't see a positive like outlook at all. And so that's why I feel like also depression's harder for me, because it's like your mind's telling you all these things, and then like you're trying to fight that, but like your mind is so powerful that no matter how bad you fight it, you just feel like dying. Pretty much, that's all I can. Depression feels like all you want to do is die, for my point of view. So I'm glad that I don't struggle with that like every day. well, I guess I kind of do, because I am on medication for anxiety and depression. So I guess it is an everyday struggle because I have to take medication every day. I really like to be alone when I'm depressed, but I feel like that's good to do for the meantime if maybe like something's happened and you're feeling really depressed. But I also feel like it's so amazing to go hang out with your friends and to be with your family and to let yourself laugh and let yourself escape from your room of like doom. I definitely like am someone who like I like my room. It's like my place, but I think when you're alone for too long, your thoughts take over and your thoughts can destroy you pretty much. So definitely like make plans, stay busy. Even if you don't want to go out and do stuff, like have your friend come over and like lay in bed and watch TV. Like I have my best friend Ari come over and she'll just like hold me or let me cry, or just like we'll watch TV, and it kind of just like gets you out of that funk. And then when you keep doing it, you start to feel better and better because you aren't so alone in your thoughts. Okay, so the two things that have helped me so much is, well, the one thing is this journal. So my mom got me this journal. You can use any journal. It's just literally like blank pages. And I've been doing daily affirmations and I've been doing gratitude lists every day since I think like October. I've been trying to do it every day. I do skip some days, but I really have lately been trying not to skip at all, because I find that especially the daily affirmations, they have made a big change in my mental health. Something that I struggle with is self-worth and how I view myself. So daily affirmations have really helped me. It's basically, you can do any outline that you want. I just basically number, like sometimes I'll go like 1 through 20, or sometimes I'll only do like 5, or you know, it varies, it doesn't matter. But you're basically gonna want to write down things that are affirmations to yourself or your day. So it'll be like, today I'm gonna be happy, you know, today I'm gonna laugh, today, you know, just daily good affirmations that you can tell yourself. You're strong, you're beautiful, you have a good heart. All those things that you say to yourself is such good rapport to have in your head, instead of all the negative things that we usually say about ourselves. So I usually, I definitely like that. I like doing daily affirmations. It's definitely helped with me feeling better about me and who I am and myself and my insides, and just being nice to myself for that little short amount of time in my journal. Life-changing. Next is a gratitude list, which also is life-changing. I'm telling you, when you look at life and you look at it as if the glass is half empty and everything is negative and everything sucks, that is literally going to destroy you. That thought process of like, you know, I don't have this, I don't have this, my life sucks, all of that is so detrimental to your mental health and living a positive, happy life. Once I started writing in my journal, like every day, everything that I'm grateful for, I feel so much more happy with my life, because it's so true that when you think about the blue sky, when you think about the birds, when you think about hearing noises, when you think about, you know, having a roof over your head, you know, when you think about drinking clean water, all that stuff we should be grateful for, you know, not the stuff that we don't have. We need to be grateful for the stuff that we do have, because what we have is what other people don't have. Some people don't have shelter. Some people sleep on cement and freeze to death, you know, and it's like, we're sitting here taking everything we have, everything that God has given us, we're taking it for granted, and we're destroying our life and being happy. So I highly recommend doing daily affirmations as well as a gratitude list. I do both, and it's been awesome to talk to someone. If you know, you're not able to go to therapy for one reason or another, just talk to a friend, open up, get out of your head, get everything that you're thinking out. I know that's really hard for some people. I am very open, so it's kind of easy for me to talk to people about my problems. But I'm telling you that when you keep that inside, it eventually eats you up, and it destroys you, and everything eventually is going to come out one way or another. You can wait 40 years for that to happen. You know, you can have children before that happens. But once that happens, like, you're going to regret not talking about it or getting it out and fixing yourself and helping yourself. So guys, that's it for this video. I know that I talked a lot more than I thought I would be. So I hope that this video isn't too long. But yeah, I'm glad that this is over. It's like, I like talking about things like this. Definitely like filming this video a lot more than makeup tutorials. I like filming makeup tutorials, but I feel like I can't be myself because I'm trying to be as perfect as possible. But when I'm talking about something like this that like I'm passionate about and is about me and can help people, I feel so much more comfortable. Like, I could literally sit here and just talk to the camera all night. But I'm not gonna bore you guys and do that, so I'm actually gonna go. And I really hope that you guys learned something, like just one thing. I hope one thing that I said can help you live a better life, a happier life, and be a better you. And just remember, like, we only have one life to live. Like, we don't get a second chance at life. You know, we don't know if we'll even make it to tomorrow. So since we only have one life to live, we need to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to get better and stay happy. So I hope that even if it's one thing that you guys take away, that you're able to live your best life. All you have is yourself. So why be miserable with yourself when you can love yourself? So I hope that you guys learn to love yourself, because we're all beautiful in our own ways, and God made us perfectly, and everything will work out. Everything is going to fall into place. And always remember that God will never give you anything that you can't handle. You know, in the moment you may feel like you can't handle it and like the emotion is too much, but it does get better, and it will get better, and I promise you that. And it's so annoying because I hate when people tell me that, like, it'll get better. But like, honestly, it really does. And especially if you put in the work, you'll get better even faster and quicker. You control the inside. You control you. So I hope this helped. And maybe the next video will be another talking video. Maybe it'll be a makeup tutorial. Who knows? Maybe there will be no more videos because I suck at making them and editing them. I like making them, don't like editing them. Don't know why I'm going off on a tangent. I'm gonna go. So yeah, from my mental health to yours,